Hey guys, do you remember the last time how I keep telling you about I am a black person? And a lot of people were saying, how could you be a black person when you're not, you don't even look like a black person? And yeah, I just keep claiming that I was a black person. I am still a black person, by the way. Even though the feeling of, I know I don't look black, but there is part of me that I am a black person. I'm not really sure why. It's just this feeling that I have inside me. And I always thought, am I just hallucinating? Am I just making it up? Am I just making it up in my brain that I am a black person? But I realize it's definitely not an imagination or hallucination or an illusion. No, it's actually real. The feeling is what matters most. Okay. The feeling is very important because when you feel like you're a black person, it could also indicate that your feeling is a memory of your past. And so I realize why I keep saying I'm a black person. Eventually, I found out why I keep saying that. I realize, guys, that I used to be a black slave. Okay? I used to be a black slave. I'm not sure if I was a woman or a man, but I used to be a black slave living in Africa. And I had this feeling of being chained on my feet. And there were many of us. We were taken somewhere. We as black slave, black people, we used to have our own belief. It was not, we don't call it a religion. We used to have our own belief. And then when we were taken, we were forced to change our belief. And if we don't do what they say, we will get punished. But because of our belief that makes us as human, a spirit, we thought that the new belief that they want to force us was wrong. But at the same time, it's kind of like we had no choice because they were torturing us. So we were kind of like calling God, why are they doing this to us, God? Like, we had a good life, just praying high above. One day, a big challenge came to our life, and our belief was being challenged. But at the same time, it was taken from us. So, yeah, when I think about it, my heart is being squeezed. So now you know, guys. Now you know why I keep telling you I'm a black person, because I used to be a black slave. And for some reason, I reincarnated into a Filipino that is similar or related to black people. And that is why, black people, black brothers and sisters, hello. I am your I am your ancestors from your past generation. So I just want to say I love you very much. Blackness is completeness. You feel whole being black. Yes, you are correct. I feel complete piece of me when I'm in front of black people or seeing black people. Because guys, let me tell you something. Growing up in the Philippines, there has been a lot of discrimination about dark skinned people. Okay, so in the Philippines, if you have whiter skin, you're more likely get worshipped, or people will love you better than you having a dark skin or tan skin or brown skin in the Philippines, because in the Philippines we were taught and conditioned to believe that blackness is ugly and poor. And growing up, I always feel like I don't know why people do this. At such a young age, I really ask why people are so mean. And even though I was born in the Philippines, I didn't have dark skin. I have fair skin. And often, or people would think that, or the people thought that I'm apparently I'm adopted because I look so fair where my parents are not even. So they made me believe that at the same time, being a person who grew up having fair skin, the only thing is my nose is different. I have bigger nostrils, and I hated my nose for such a very long time because people were bullying my nose, telling me I have an ugly nose. And I look at myself, what is wrong with my nose? I don't understand. I thought for me it was even unique that there's so many types and sizes of nose. And for me that was amazing to see. But then yet people, they don't really appreciate it. Instead they compare it, and they want to feel like that person. So they don't want to be who they are. And I was always been so curious and questioned a lot. And on top of that, my hair, my hair is curly, or rather right wavy. And growing up, again, I was bullied for having curly hair because they also condition us that if you have nice straight soft hair, you are considered beautiful. But if your hair is super curly and frizzy, then you're considered ugly. So again, I was so confused because when I look at myself in the mirror, I tell myself there's nothing wrong with you. But at the same time, growing up, as I keep getting older, I feel like all those bashful comments and bully comments towards me really sunk in my heart, and it kind of like conditioned me in a way that I had so many questions and it was not getting answered, and I got frustrated. So yes, I grew up being bullied. So, and then they always pursue us, or the people or neighbors, whenever they see a negrito or negrito or negrita people. They are the people that black people in the Philippines, guys, but they're shorter and they have the same hair like you guys. Um, they it was like it was I was being conditioned to hate those type of people, to not love those people, or to despise those people. And they're supposed to be poor because they don't look beautiful, or they're ugly. And then when I look at myself, they tell me that I'm one of those people. That Does that mean that I'm ugly? So I asked that, right? And I was like, I don't really see ugliness in my face, because why is it that I feel so good in my heart when I look at my face? And so yeah, like it kind of somehow traumatized me as a child, and I was in pain because I never get the answer. I was asking for an answer, but I never get the answer. So eventually, luckily, thank to the source brought us here in Canada. And the first friend that I've ever had in Canada are actually black people. And when I see these people, I was like, whoa, they're different. But yet they look so unique and they're so nice and they're amazing people. Whereas in the Philippines, I was taught that they are not good people, they're poor people. And I look at them, wow, my heart started beating so fast and it cannot stop. And my heart is telling me, hello, 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 my brothers and sisters. And my heart is just beating so fast. I was like, why do I feel so good? Why is it that those people who told me that blackness and not unique looking kind of is bad luck, or it's no good? But why is it that when they told me about it, I don't feel good? But when I met the black people, the way that my people describe about them, it feels like it's not right, because I just feel so good whenever I see black people, guys. To be honest with you, whenever I see them, my heart tells me it's home. I don't know why. It tells me it's home. So at the same time, I don't really know what I'm doing here. Why am I feeling? Why I feel like they're home to me? And you know what I mean? They're My heart would not stop beating. My heart would start expanding when I see black people. My my stomach, the butterfly area would stop feeling good. You know, when you have that instinct, instead of like running away from fear, you kind of like, my instinct is telling me that I feel good. I don't feel threatened by these people. And in my heart, it feels so good and it feels so full. And my brain, it's telling me why I do feel like they are home to me. So that's why, guys, even though I don't look black, it's not the appearance that matter. It's actually what's inside us, because that's who we are. This body, this face is just an illusion. It's not real. This do not exist. This exists because your energy or spirit has consciousness, and it can create and imagine whatever it wants. And oh my God, guys. Oh my God, I wish you could feel the way I feel when I say black, when I see black people. I just feel like, hello, brothers and sisters, but I don't want them to think I'm so weird. Like, what is wrong with this Filipino girl? So tiny. And instead of them being threatened by me because I'm so tiny and so petite, they would feel like, oh, sweetie. You know what I mean? So, and then whenever I feel like I'm with black lady or black people, I just feel so safe in my heart. You know what I mean? Like, you feel so safe. Like, why am I feeling like I'm being protected by them? It's crazy, the feeling. It's, oh, you have no idea what it feels like, but I'm gonna tell you, it feels so good. How do you know that your previous life is black? I actually did not know about it. I have no way of knowing about it at all. It's just that my heart is what matters. It was telling me, because compared to my brain and my heart, I know all our systems are important, but I feel like I have to prioritize my heart first to feel good rather than my brain, because to be honest with you, we can't really feel good in our brain without feeling our heart first. So that's the reason why I feel I always base my life through my feelings, because when I listen to my feelings, especially to my heart, it always feels like I'm walking on the right path. And even though I make a lot of mistakes or experience a lot of pain and suffering, and I still continue walking on the right path, because for some reason, when you make pain, there's also good things will happen. So whenever I feel pain, I know for sure that there's incoming love or feels good to happen. And if I feel good and something bad happened or feels inside me, I just think that, oh, maybe there might be something bad to happen later. You know, it's like going back and forth. So I always prioritize my heart, because my heart makes me feel complete. It makes me feel whole. It makes me feel like without my heart, there's no such thing as my body, because our heart is the center of everything. It's the center of heat. It's the center of warmth. It's the center of heart. It's the center of vibration and frequency and energy. The heart is not only doing its job to do pump the bloods, but at the same time, our heart has intuition, it has wisdom, it has intellectual. It's just feel good. It almost feel like when you feel on, or when you think of feeling your heart, it's so good. It feels like an electricity that electrifies your heart, and you just feel like, oh my God, you feel like you just injected something, some sort of drugs in your heart that made you feel like, holy cow, it feels like ecstasy. Oh my God, I wish you could feel it, guys. But that's how I always feel. I follow my heart. And then one night during my ritual, which is my meditation, for some reason, my friend in my head, by the way, I have a friend in my head that tells me what to do, where to go, and what to do. And it always guides me to go to the right path, or sometimes it pushed me to go to the wrong path in order for me to learn something, a lesson. So I always follow that too. I follow my heart first and then my instinct. And then, yeah, that instinct is just always there and it tells me. So I listen to it. And so while I was meditating, I I realized that, oh my God, no wonder why I feel like I'm a black person, because even though I cannot see what it is because for some reason I activated something in my heart that went into my brain and electrifying my brain. And for some reason there's this sort of feeling or pressure on your the top of your head, and it just makes you feel boo 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 boo. And then when you feel that or you hear that, you see some sort of pictures, and you're able to see a pictures that, oh my god, that's who I was. And then on top of that, because you can see it through your vision, through imagination at the same time, you're able to feel like, holy cow, my heart is telling the truth. You know what I mean? So if you combine those two together, it's so powerful. And that's the reason why, and that's how I figure out why I ended up knowing I'm a black person. It's because my intuition and my feelings combined together. It's like negative energy and positive energy. It's like neutrons, protons. You put them together, it becomes OMG. I don't know. Can you understand me at all? Or am I talking sense to you or nonsense? Because if you don't understand me, I completely understand myself. And it's okay if you don't understand it, guys, because for me, the feeling of understanding it, it just feels so good. And again, I wish I could share it with you because it's just so beautiful and so wonderful. You feel so whole, you feel so one, and you feel so strong and powerful. So, yeah, now you know.